Hello again, everyone. I am back to do the full blue moon in Libra energy reading. It's basically going to be a 4 card spread. First card will be the overall energies leading into the full moon or building up towards it. The challenges that this full moon will bring us, the blessings or upside or positive outcomes that these full blue moon will offer us, and then the overall guidance and energy moving forward from the full moon, which is on Saturday the 31st. So I have pre-shuffled the cards. As a force of habit, as soon as I grab my cards, I always clear them. There's no other energy but the energy I'm infusing now. Okay. Yes. So this full blue moon is on the 31st of March on Saturday. It's in Libra, which is all about relationships. So just as the energy that I'm picking up on, just tuning into the full moon itself, it's almost as if it's a time of evaluation and compromise and re-evaluation. Since we're in Mercury retrograde, so much re-evaluation about how things have transpired. There may have been harsh words said, things that may have been done that, in hindsight, you realize quite immature, maybe not quite in keeping with your authentic self. Yeah, that card flipped up. I'm going to grab it. Not in keeping with the kind of person that you really are at heart. Maybe your baggage or issues from what has transpired in your life may have played a part in it. And maybe since that time, things have changed, you've grown, you've healed, you've evolved, you learned a lot about yourself. So now you have a different perspective on things. So how do you go about correcting what's been done? Or how do you mend bridges that have been burnt in moments of being upset or emotionally fired up, or being a little bit inauthentic, reacting rather than observing and then acting according to what your standards are. When you drop your standards and you behave a certain way, it kind of can be tricky to be the one that has to feel a little bit sheepish instead of going, oh, sorry, I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. People don't like saying I'm sorry. People don't like admitting they were wrong. People don't like to own that they may have acted out of character or done something that wasn't particularly nice. But at the end of the day, if you've done it and you can see it yourself, then why is it so hard to accept? I've had to issue a few apologies in my lifetime, so I kind of got quite good at it one stage. But I have found that there can be certain personalities that might have a problem with that, or might find it a very difficult task. So let's just see these cards that have already fallen out, whether these are actually the cards for this reading. Okay, so the energies leading into the full moon is the Six of Cups in reverse. So Six of Cups in the upright is usually about fond childhood memories or reminiscing about long gone or long past good, caring relationships. It's the cups. So cups are all about emotion. So in the upright, which would be like this, it's about reminiscing about, childhood or past life relationships or, soulmates and things like that. It's really a beautiful card. But in the reverse, I will actually pull a clarifier for that. So that is the energy going into the full moon. So the challenges or obstacles that it brings, is this the correct card? Yes, it is. Okay, so the challenges or the obstacles that the full moon is bringing us is the Four of Swords. So it's about rest and recovery, self-care, self-love. If you're feeling really drained and exhausted this week from all the intense energies after the equinox and stuff, have a rest, have a good sleep, nurture your body, listen to what it's asking you for, what it needs. Don't push yourself for deadlines or other people's requirements. If you've got some commitments and you're really not feeling up to it, politely decline from pushing yourself, because pushing yourself is not going to do much apart from make you sick. If you persist and you push your body beyond its limits, it will push back, and usually is by making you sick or derailing whatever it is that you're trying to push it through. I know this from experience. Is this the blessings or the positives from the full moon? Thank you. So would this be moving forward? Okay, thank you. Okay, wow, that's kind of awesome. So the blessings or the positives that are coming from this full moon is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground, asserting yourself, knowing your worth, and fighting for the position or the things that you've achieved because you've worked hard for them and you have put in the hard yards and the persistent effort to achieve whatever it is you've achieved. But these people that are down here that are trying to fight you, they're fighting you out of envy or competitiveness or pretty low vibrational emotions and feelings and perspectives. So this full moon is really teaching us to stand up for ourselves, knowing our worth and our place in this universe, and not letting other people bully us or push us around or tell us how to behave and think or handle things. Because how we do things is based on the kind of experiences that we've had in life and what we've achieved and what we've seen, what we've experienced. And then going forward, beyond the full moon, we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in. Having grown, evolved, learnt a lot, learnt how to assert yourself, stood your ground, made your point to the people that are around you and the energies and the situations that are around you. And this is, a full blue moon in Libra, so I would really say it is in regards to asserting yourself and fighting for what you believe in and what is important to you in relationships, friendships, family, partner, whatever it may be. But I will actually pull some clarifiers because there's Six of Cups in reverse. It's almost as if there's a connection in your life or some sort of a bond, something that's sort of drawing you from your past, but you're fighting it. You're going against it. You're unwilling to accept it. And as I said, if you fight the universe and you fight what is in your highest good, you never win. You just end up exhausted and drained like you would be in the Four of Swords. So, can I please have a clarifier for 6 of Cups in reverse? What do you mean by 6 of Cups in reverse? Okay. I'm not sure if that was supposed to come out in reverse or in upright. So, Supposed to be in reverse. It's not supposed to be in reverse. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's a bit of a relief. So the Six of Cups is clarified by the King of Swords. So, King of Swords, he tells it like it is. He's mature. He's on top of his emotions. He can balance his heart and his head. He can speak from the heart and be gentle. He's not bitter or twisted. So it's almost as if he's a very authentic person that lives according to his own values and is authentic. And he speaks openly, but not in a cutting way. He's quite mature in that sense. He knows how to express himself without hurting other people or, bruising egos and things like that. Just because I've got to clarify for that, I will also get a clarifier for the others. Clarify for the Four of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles is going with the Four of Swords. So Page of Pentacles is someone that's trying to make their fortune in life or build an empire. He's trying to get ahead in life. And it's interesting that it's accompanied by the Four of Swords. It's almost as if, yes, you are trying to build your empire, business, money, savings, whatever it may be. But when your body says, hey, I need a rest, I need a time out, we've been going very, very persistently on the hamster wheel of life, and late nights, early mornings, whatever, keeping schedule, keeping appointments, things like that, and your body says, hey, give me some rest, you should listen. That's what I'm getting as the challenge. You might be trying to make your millions, but when it's time for rest, you need to rest, people. Don't push it. Don't wear yourself into the ground and don't get sick. That's all I'm asking, because that is the challenge. And then the blessings from this full moon, or the gains or positives from the full moon, was the Seven of Wands. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Wands. Ooh, wow. Four of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Four of Pentacles is usually about holding on to your money or holding back, like not speaking your truth. It's almost in a sense that, you've been working hard to build something, and now you're learning how to stand your ground and hold your ground. It's, don't let other people's wants, needs, agenda influence your values or how you do things in life. Just because somebody else thinks there's a better way to do something doesn't mean there always is. There's a reason why you do things a certain way. It's because it is your heart and your soul that's guiding you, and you're doing things in the way that best suits you and your energy and your approach in life. It doesn't have to be according to other people's. So Four of Pentacles is usually about being a miser. It's about holding on to money and stuff. But accompanied by the Seven of Wands, it's like defending your position or your achievements and holding your ground on that, and not bending or compromising when it comes to other people's opinions or views on that. And this full blue moon is in Libra. It's about relationships. So are there relationships in your life where you're not being your authentic self and you're not sort of standing in your truth and being who you really are at heart? Are you pretending to be a certain way just to keep the harmony or keep the peace or avoid judgment or being, less involved in your social group or your family or whatever it may be? It's interesting. Okay, so the energy going beyond the full blue moon on the 31st was the Three of Wands, which is about waiting for your ships to come in. Having put in the hard yards, made the effort, laid the groundwork, and waiting to see what will eventuate from that. So can I get a clarifying card? Three. Okay. Oh wow. Eight of Cups. Interesting. Oh wow. Interesting. Right. So we just had as the blessing or the positives that are coming out of the full moon, Seven of Wands and Four of Pentacles. So asserting yourself, defending your position, your ground, your stance, your views, whatever you want to call it, and holding your ground and not budging, because that's according to your own authenticity and your own values and your own feelings. Then going out from the full moon, we have Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So Three of Pentacles is about waiting for your ships to come in, having laid the groundwork and now waiting for things to transpire as they will. But the Eight of Cups is about walking away from love. It's usually knowing how much love you may have in your life or you might be surrounded with. But if that love comes at the cost of your own authenticity or your own self-worth or your own way of doing things, it's kind of like, conditional love. If the love that you have in your life has been conditional love, you will choose to walk away. Because conditional love makes you water yourself down. It makes you not be your authentic self. It kind of makes you feel quite apologetic for who and what you are and how you feel about things in life, which is never a good thing. People that authentically love you, they should love you for who you are and what you are. Flaws and all, because nobody's perfect. And the energy leading into the full moon being Six of Cups in reverse, it kind of disturbs me. Six of Cups is in reverse. Six of Cups is about, past life relationships. It's about nostalgia. It's about reminiscing about fond memories. It's almost as if the reminiscing is there, but people are not seeing the fond memories. They're actually just remembering the drama and the doom and gloom and all the negatives that happen with it. It's holding on to all the harshness of what's transpired, especially with the King of Swords. Swords are about words. Words can be quite cutting. And really the energy going into the full moon, it's kind of like almost verbally aggressive kind of people, have to voice their opinion, their feeling, their perspective on things, regardless of other people's feelings or values or whatever else. And I'm sure we all know people like that, but they do tend to burn a few bridges and they do tend to alienate people. And this blue full moon is in Libra, which is all about relationships. So being that kind of person when it comes to relationships might not achieve something. And maybe you're cranky because you've been working very, very hard to try and build your empire, make your millions, whatever. But your challenge or your obstacle, challenge for this full moon, is to actually practice a bit of self-care and a bit of self-love and listen to your body and nurture it and give it the rest and the recovery time that it needs. Don't push yourself. Burn the candle at both ends, as they say. Don't wear yourself out, because astrologically and energy-wise, it has been quite an intense week. I know a lot of people have been feeling some intense, funky energies. Because if you do practice a bit of self-love and a bit of self-care, your positives will be that you will have enough self-confidence, self-respect, self-love to stand up for yourself, defend your position, defend your values. No, you don't have to defend your values, actually, but defend your way of doing things, your decisions, your goals, whatever it is you want to do. You're defending yourself and asserting your position because you have worked hard to achieve whatever you've achieved. You've come all this way, and you're going to hold on to that. You're going to hold on to all of those things that make you who you are and make you your authentic self. And you've survived a lot of experiences in this lifetime. There's a reason for that, because it's making you a better version of you. And going off from the full moon, we have the Three of Wands which is exactly that. Having worked very hard, self-mastery, self-improvement, spiritual development, whatever you want to call it. Having done a lot of adjusting, healing, mending, and then waiting to see what transpires from your newfound perspective, your newfound enthusiasm and love for life. And then that accompanied by the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is usually about walking away from love. So it's almost as if you find enough self-love not to take mediocre love from the people in your life. No matter what the situation is, work, friends, family, partner, whatever it is. If you feel like you're being emotionally shortchanged, you're going to have the courage to walk away. Because you're not going to disrespect yourself or shortchange yourself in your own levels of self-love and self-respect by being around people who do not respect and love you for your authentic and true self. It's kind of a beautiful energy and a beautiful message. Yeah, it could be a bit of a rough ride. I can agree with you on that. Walking away from friends or family or a partner can be quite an intense experience. If you're doing it for your own highest good, so that you can be your true self and not have to water yourself down or act like something you're not, it's the most beautiful thing that you could possibly do, and the most self-honoring and self-loving thing that you could do, really. Yeah, let's just see. I'm being drawn to the Angel Answer cards, so I'm not sure what energy is going to come out for this, and I'm not sure how many cards the angels want to give us. So let's just wait. Okay, I had shuffled it. So. So for the full moon images, wow. Okay, I'm not sure if these are the correct cards, so I will double check that. All these correct cards for this reading. Thank you. Okay, so interesting. They all came out all at once, so that's pretty cool. Save me shuffling. So, get more information. Okay. That card, usually when I get that card, I will pull another card to clarify exactly what it's being spoken of, let's just say. So get more information, just to put in a general thing. Are you making assumptions about things, people's intentions, motives, what people are trying to achieve, or how people are approaching you, maybe? It's almost as if get more information goes with the Six of Cups in reverse and the King of Swords over there. Feeling that way anyway. So listen to your intuition is the second card that we've got from the Angel Answers. So listen to your intuition could be very much in keeping with the Four of Swords, where, it's time for rest and recuperation and a bit of self-care. If your intuition is telling you, just don't go into work today. You've had a long week. You're absolutely exhausted. You're probably not going to be able to focus at work and listen to it. But know how to differentiate between your intuition and your ego mind, which sometimes can also try and mess with you. Then we have forgiveness. This is a beautiful card. I'm not sure if you can actually see it with that light, but it really, really is. It's a lady in sort of a meditative pose, and she's got these beautiful beams of light just coming out from her heart center and her third eye and her crown chakra. Very, very beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, it's forgiveness provides a very deep sense of peace and calm, because when you are able to forgive yourself and other people for things, it's like taking a huge burden or a huge weight off your own shoulders. When you forgive other people, you forgive yourself as well, because there's always an exchange of energy. No experience happens with just one person contributing. So really, there's one more card from the angels to go with this reading, or is that all? all energies for the full moon, the 31st of March. Full moon. Okay. Funny that Three of Wands and Eight of Cups accompanied by take action. So if you're not getting the respect, love, appreciation that you deserve and you know you should get because that is what you give, then it's time to take action and walk away from those who do not appreciate you. I'm not saying burn bridges. I'm not saying, end something that you don't want to end. I'm sure there's a positive way to be able to get through to people. Sometimes words don't actually work in getting through to people. Sometimes actions speak way louder than the words do. But place it in your situation wherever it fits. I'm sure you'll be able to sort of find your own guidance on how you should approach the situation. And as the card earlier said, follow your intuition. If you're not sure about how to approach things, how to handle a certain situation, ask your angels and your guides and your higher self to guide you, to give you some guidance. Then just quiet your mind, open your heart, and sit in the silence and wait for their guidance, which can sometimes come in little images in your mind's eye, or words, thoughts, feelings even. Okay, so the first card from the angel guidance card is family. Funny how it's a full blue moon in Libra, which is about relationships, and family comes out. As I said, these readings are poetic. You cannot write this stuff. Anything else, Angel? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so just one, which is cool. We have, if I can pick it up, sorry, family. Okay, that's the card, and I'll read it to you. It says, this situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So the card forgiveness and take action actually goes just perfectly with that. And one oracle message, maybe? Let's see. For the full message. What message do you have for us? Full blue moon in Libra. 31st of March. Okay. That flew in the... oh my goodness. Okay, Between Worlds. That's a very nice card. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay. I shall grab the book. I'll leave that there. And I shall read you. And that should sum up the energy reading for this 31st of March full blue moon that we are having in Libra. Okay, so Between Worlds. It says, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. The oracle message is, between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking, and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness, greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. Wow. And also, since this is a full moon that is in Libra, which is all about relationships, I will read the relationship message. It says, this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. Wow. So pretty pivotal in a sense. There's definitely some anticipation of new things to come in the air at the moment. I've been picking up on it for a while. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this not so short full moon energy reading for the 31st of March. Thank you very much.